show with restaurant critic and radio host Peter Dills. Peter readily admits to being born into the world of food, as he is the son of noted restaurant critic Elmer Dills. As far back as he can remember, Peter was following his father from restaurant to restaurant, always tasting, always learning about food and discovering new and exciting restaurants and travel destinations. As his food adventure comes full circle, he now stars on radio and television with his popular food and travel show, Dining with Dills, named after his father Elmer. And now, your host, Peter Dills.
Hey everybody, it's Peter Dills. Yes, you're LA's king of cuisine, but not today. I traded in the freeways for Cape Fear Coast. I'm in Carolina Beach, North Carolina, visiting my daughter Lauren. And together we're going to explore this charming little sea. I actually spent about 2 or 3 hours just walking around the coast today. So Lauren, welcome to my show, or welcome back to the podcast.
Hi everyone. Carolina Beach might not have the traffic of Pasadena, but it's got sunsets, surfboards, and some seriously good food. So we'll show you what makes this town special, from the beach to the boardwalk to the bites.
Yeah, I'm interested to find out just places to go and just some sightseeing, even places if you just go in an Uber and just want to check it out outside the window. We're going to be talking about that for the next 12 minutes, moving around the area. Before we do, I want to thank my good friends at Tattinger Champagne. I went to this, what was the place called today? Public Supermarket?
Yep, Public Supermarket.
Yeah, nice.
That we're not used to on the West Coast, at least in California.
Never heard of it, but it's clean, friendly. I mean, how many people said hi to us?
So many people. Every time that I'm at Publix, I have similar interactions. The workers there constantly say hello. They strike up conversation, which is, I think, specific to Publix. That's what I've heard from the locals around here, that Publix is that type of grocery store that says hello to you. But overall, it's definitely a Southern thing as well.
You know, Lauren, you've gone from palm trees, In-N-Out Burger, to basically Hush Puppies and the Atlantic coast. How's life on this coast? Other coast? No, this coast.
It's definitely a slower life here in a good way. People wave to you. The air smells like salt. The seafood's as fresh as it gets. It took me a while to adjust. I'm still adjusting. I've been here for a couple of months, but now I can't imagine leaving.
Yeah, I bet. Well, anyway, you traded in the 210 for the coast, and I bet the gas prices and rent's a little better than back in California.
Oh, 100%. I mean, if you compare the cost of living from LA to Wilmington, Carolina Beach, North Carolina, I mean, it's night and day.
So I wanted to take a quick tour. Just maybe you could just randomly throw out some places, not non-restaurants, but just some of the fun things to do if you're in the area. I mean, I know North Carolina, I think about the Civil War, I think about Tobacco Road. Actually, for me as a sports fan, in North Carolina, you got Wilmington, you've got the Tar Heels. I don't know, is Wake Forest in North Carolina? Or is that South Carolina? I don't know, I'm asking a non-sports fan. But anyway, maybe give us a couple places, a quick tour, if you're just wanting to walk around or just, I see a lot of golf carts going on the streets too.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things about this area in Carolina Beach, which is right outside of Wilmington, for anyone that knows the East Coast area. So Carolina Boardwalk it's really cute, it's wholesome, it's where they have all the Ferris wheels, they have ice cream. That's where we walked past Britt's Donuts, which I can confidently say is the best donuts I've ever had in my entire life.
Whoa.
Yeah, and they're closed on off season, which is a bummer.
Yeah.
But Carolina Beach Boardwalk, they have arcade games. You can walk along it on the sunset, and there's just so much liveliness down there for a small city, of course. There's also Fort Fisher State Historic Site. There's a lot of nature out here, a lot of places and trails to walk along the river, to walk along the beach, which is just so beautiful.
Yep, did that today.
There's the North Carolina Aquarium at Fort Fisher, which I haven't gone to. I wrote on my list of things for us to do while you're here visiting me. But I've heard a lot of great things about that, and that's highly recommended among the locals here. And then right next to Carolina Beach is Curry Beach, and they have a pier, which is an old-fashioned old-fashioned fishing pier. I have realized that so many people here know how to fish. Do you know how to fish?
I'd like to learn. I mean, yeah, I've fished before, sure.
I've never fished before. And then, of course, there's downtown Wilmington, so it's just 25 minutes away from where I'm at. You'll hear me kind of using Carolina Beach and Wilmington interchangeably, even though they're two completely different cities. It's by the river, so there's a bunch of riverfront restaurants, which I want to take you to. There's some shops, and there's actually a lot of movie set locations here. So if you've ever watched Dawson's Creek, there's Iron Man 3. I think the part of The Conjuring was filmed in one of these really old rustic houses down here. So there's actually a lot of history and modern history too.
You're listening to the Dining with Dills report. It's Peter Dills with my daughter Lauren Dills. We're here in Carolina Beach. Well, you just mentioned Wilmington. If you're going to come to any of the parts near where we're at, you're going to have to, you're going to probably fly into Wilmington. And again, Wilmington, the airport itself is real nice, and it's if you're listening in LA, you're going to have to make a stop in either Dallas or I think it's Denver to get to Wilmington
or Charlotte.
But yeah, it's a growing community, and if you want to fly here, you can take American or Delta. They'll get you right here, and then you take an Uber ride to wherever you want to go. So if you're into history, seafood, or just lazy walks by the beach, cold drink of beer, you'll find your rhythm here. And we're in the off season right now, so I saw a bunch of shops that are selling T-shirts for like $2, $3 for $10. So it's a good time to come, especially if you're a bargain hunter. All right, so enough of the sightseeing. Let's talk about places to eat. Now, today we had lunch at the.
We had lunch at Brunches and Brews. Although
it's brunches.
It's just been
no more brews.
Shortened to brunches since, again, we're in the off season. So that is like a really big time for all these small businesses to make a lot of their money throughout the year is during the summer months. But now that we're moving into the off season, it's been shortened to just brunches. There's no brews. There's no nightlife. We're going to sleep early during the winter time.
Yeah, I mean, I think my flight came in on Tuesday night at about 9, and I got here at the beach at about 11. I said to the Uber driver, man, all these places are closed.
Yeah.
It's like 90% of the restaurants close or have closed early, but that's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Well, we were talking about it last night that, I mean, it almost feels a little bit like a culture shock coming from LA, which has definitely somewhat of a nightlife, and working from the restaurant industry, that you're not leaving that restaurant until at least 10 p.m.
At least. Maybe midnight. And it's just not the same. It's just not the same out here. There's less people. It's definitely more of a small town vibe, even though it is such a growing city, that, restaurants close a lot earlier here. Well, you mentioned Britt's Donuts, so let's cross that off the list for our dessert places. But just in your compound that you live there's a couple pizza places. I saw a Mexican restaurant. When we mentioned the brunches today, had some really good tacos, Caesar salad. They made the croutons fresh. You had the crab Benedict.
Crab Benedict, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of small town restaurants or local restaurants that I love that, because I love to support local restaurants, and it's fun to try new things. Near me is the Boombalotties, which I was talking about earlier to you, that there's a few locations around Wilmington, and it's literally a couple that started this ice cream shop, and they have a lot of different flavors. It's almost like, I would equate it to maybe Salt and Straw back in LA, where they have like specialty flavors, they have vegan flavors, and it's super popular out here. So I'm going to have to take that. We're going to have to go to there later. But yeah, there's a lot of just small restaurants around. And honestly, I'm not good with names. So I'll have to come back to you.
It's funny because every place, including the Publix, across the street and all the little mom and pop shops, even the liquor stores, all have like surfboards or chairs and selling beach towels. So we're definitely in a beach mode city. It's just the sun's coming out about right now. We've been lucky with the weather, but I'm just it's just kind of like think about it like Mayberry RFD or whatever it was called, but right on the beach. So it's fun. It's quaint, and like I said, if you want to get here, you're going to have to go through Wilmington. All right. Let's see what else. Every time I visit, I'm reminded that anytime I go anywhere, good food, good company go hand in hand. I actually wrote an article about that last week in the Mountain View News. No matter if you're in Pasadena or Carolina Beach, it's about the people that share it with us, so.
That's very true. I miss California sometimes, but I love what we can still connect on, whether it's over a microphone or a plate of shrimp. Or
some shrimp tacos at the brew place that doesn't have, well, they have beer still. They just close up during, I'm taking it that they close up early just because they'll probably put the brew back in next summer. All right, that's it for today's Dining with Dills, the Carolina Beach edition, but I'm here for 3 or 4 more days, so maybe we can do a part 2 on this if there's something we forgot,
Yeah,
for sure. There's thousands of things that we forgot. So we're here with Milo, Lauren's 15-year-old dog.
15 and a half.
15-year-old dog, and just having a good time. Now we're going to go out and look for a car, but tomorrow we're going to see if we can get out on a boat and go to one of these islands. Hey, a shout out to my friend in Sierra Madre, Casa del Rey. Casa del Rey, you've seen their billboards on the 210 freeway. Also, my friends at Tui's down in South Pasadena, home of those killer Sundays. So those are 2 places that I really like to go to when I'm back home. Casa del Rey, Jamie makes a great margarita. And down there in South Pasadena, Tanya. And Super Wow Chips, moving strong.
Yeah, we're moving strong. We're going to be in Fresh Time markets across the Midwest come November 10th. So look out for Super Wow Veggie Puff Chips. We have 3 different flavors. Jalapeno, if you like a spicy kick. We have Creamy Ranch, if you like a ranch that has a little bit of black truffle sea salt. And then a miso sweet, which surprisingly has been our fan favorite
that one
at
is
the
definitely
moment,
my favorite,
which is a miso caramel with a little bit of soy sauce. Super unique, super flavorful. So we're really excited that we're reaching more retailers. Can't wait for everyone to try it.
And if you don't see Super Wow Chips at your favorite retailer, it doesn't cost you anything to ask. Just go ahead and say, hey, where are the Super Wow Chips? My email is thechefknows@yahoo.com, thechefknows@yahoo.com. No matter what you're listening to, what platform, Spotify, iTunes, there's usually a comment section. Love for you to comment. Hopefully you like the show. Like I said, we did this about a year ago. Lauren and I did, and you guys had a good response to it. Lauren, again, thank you, and thank you for the tour. We've got a few days left. Maybe we can do a part 2 Saturday morning.
For sure. Looking forward to it.